And I've never read anything by Holly Black, so I'm excited to see what can come out of her as well. And that sounded weird, come out of her? Ew. That was really gross. What comes out of her? I don't want to know that. Hey guys, it's Sarah, and since I just showed you some of my larger books that I have on my shelves, I thought I'd show you some of the shorter ones I have on my shelves too, because I love books of all sizes. So I have the top 10 of my shortest books that I have on my bookshelves. All of these books are under 300 pages. Coming in at number 10 is a book that is 295 pages, so just shy of 300, and that is The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Magisterium series, which is a middle grade fantasy series from what I'm understanding. And I really like Cassandra Clare, and I have never read anything by Holly Black, so I am excited to see what this series is all about. And at number 9 at 278 pages is The Crown by Kiera Cass. This is book number 5 in her selection series, and this is like the second book in the spin-off duology, but it's technically book number 5. It's kind of confusing. But this is the last book in the series. I have yet to read this. I need to. This will finish it up for me, so I need to do that soon. And like I said, it's 278 pages, so that's really easy for me to get through. But yeah. Coming in at number 8 at 270 pages is The End of Alice. This is by A.M. Holmes. This is a fairly short book, but it's probably going to be really controversial because this follows the correspondence between a serial child molester and a teenage girl, kind of their correspondence together. And I think she's a teenager, but she's 18, so technically an adult. But I've heard this is really good and very controversial. I like things that push me out of my comfort zone, so I'm excited to read this. Coming in at number 7 at 258 pages is City of Thieves by David Benioff. Benioff, I think that's how you say it. I think this is an historical fiction book, something about World War II and 2 people needing to find eggs. That's all I really know. So that's the very vague description that I've heard about it. I have heard really good things from a couple of people who I know who've read it, and it's been recommended to me, so yep. Coming in at number 6 at 250 pages is Dreamland by Sarah Dessen, and this is just a book by her. It's definitely a lot shorter than a lot of her other ones. She writes YA contemporary and some adult contemporary. I think it's whatever she writes, it's contemporary. I think she kind of covers a couple different spectrums. So I'm not sure what this is about, but I found it really cheap at Goodwill and it's super short, so we'll see. Coming in at number 5 at 247 pages is Puddle Jumping. This is written by Amber L. Johnson. This won a Goodreads Reader's Choice Awards in 2014. I believe that this book follows a boy with autism and a girl who befriends him and kind of their relationship and all that. I believe that this is also written by someone who has an autistic person in their family, so it's not necessarily an own voices, but it's, you know, someone who has personal experience with somebody who has autism in their life. So I'm excited to read this. This was actually sent to me during a kind of book exchange type thing that I was doing with some strangers. So this was sent to me by someone I don't know, and I'm excited to see what it's all about. Coming in at number 4 at 219 pages is Under the Harrow by Flynn Barry. This is a newer release. I believe that came out in 2016, and this is a psychological thriller, although it's very short, so I'm really excited to read this and see what can be packed into such a short amount of time. Coming in at number 3, also at 218 pages, so this one and the last one were actually tied, but that is A Long Way Gone by Ishmael Bia. I have had this on my shelves for at least 5 years. At least, probably even longer. I got this after I read an article about him and was kind of fascinated. So this is a nonfiction, and it is his story about coming over to the United States from Africa. And in Africa, he was being trained to be a boy soldier. And then he ended up being able to get out of that situation. He came over here. He's been to school. He's incredibly intelligent. And I've read a couple little short stories here and there that he has written, and just the way that he writes is so beautiful. So it made me pick this up, and it's been sitting on my shelves for a long time, and I haven't read it yet, so yeah. Coming in at number 2 at 188 pages is The Vegetarian, and this is by Han Kang. This won the Man Booker Prize, and it's supposed to be really, really good. I've heard very, very good things about it. This follows a woman who I think lives in, I want to say this is set in Korea. It's a Korean woman, I believe. I couldn't figure out from the blurb, but I'm pretty positive that's what it is. And she wants to be a vegetarian. However, the implications of that during this time period were very detrimental, and so she kind of really finds herself struggling and trying to fight for her rights to do this. And that's all I know about it. I've heard it's completely amazing. It's a little bit under 200 pages, so I'm excited to read this. And the number 1 shortest book that I have on my bookshelves, coming in at 115 pages, is Night by Elie Wiesel. And this book is so heartbreaking. This is Ellie's personal memoir about being a prisoner in the Auschwitz concentration camp under Hitler, and just kind of his experiences and what happened. And it's completely heartbreaking. It is so beautifully written at the same time, but you're just reading it and you're just like, my heart was racing the entire time. And it was really, really eye-opening because you don't get many personal accounts from that time anymore. And just to have this is just, oh. There's also another one, I believe, I want to say it's called Day, maybe, that I need to get my hands on as well. But this book actually won the Nobel Peace Prize as well, and very understandably. So this was very impactful, and it was just stunning. All right, guys, that's it. So those are my shortest books that I have on my bookshelves. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you read any of these books and what you thought. Also, let me know what your shortest books that you have on your bookshelves. I love books that can pack a really big punch in a really small package. I think that's really, really cool, and it says a lot about the author as well. All right, I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.